Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another episode with your Vancouver Canucks franchise here, and a disappointing way to end the playoffs. Man, oh man, everyone was getting carried off the ice, injuries galore, and we got swept in the first round by the LA Kings, who did eventually make it to the Stanley Cup, but lost to Montreal as they got swept themselves. Looking at the awards here, Marner wins the Lady Bin. That is interesting there. Conn Smythe goes to Matheson, the defenseman, in the Stanley Cup final. Jari wins a Vezina. Wow. Jari winning a Vezina. That is something. Over Demko again. McKinnon, he wins the FRANCHISEOffseason. Matthews wins the Ted Lindsay and the Richard. Another solid year for Austin Matthews. And the Blues are going to be picking first overall. San Jose moves from 4-2, Seattle 2-3, Philly 3-4, and Calgary is going to be picking fifth. Minnesota, Columbus. All right, some moves around in the draft lottery, but nothing too hectic. Alrighty, let's see who's retired. Let's see who's going to be making me feel old. All these players I watched growing up. Oh, Nicholas Backstrom. What a playmaker he was. He's gone. Ryan Suter, Clutterbuck, Strawman, Derek Ryan. Fourth liner guy his whole entire career. Jonas Enroth. Man, can't remember the last time he actually played in the NHL. But he had some hype on him. He just never really could get it going in the NHL though. Alrighty. Matt Martin. He's going to be a scout. He's going to find you the next freaking tough guy. Alright, let's head into the draft here. I don't know exactly what we're going to be thinking of, but we may be moving on from Seelovs. We may move on from DeBrusque or a Hoglander too. See if we can improve our defense a little more. That's where are we picking? We're picking 24th. Okay. And Gavin McKenna, he's gone to St. Louis. My goodness. Let's see, who can we move? Seelovs. He just has not been doing it for us. I don't know what it is, but there are some offers on the table for him. Korchak Othman, a fifth. Nadeau. Zonin, another fifth. There's not really any defensive prospects in here too. I like our defensive prospects. I feel like we're still a year or two away before they're actually ready to play in the NHL still. But if we could get Othman, I feel like he'd be a solid fit on the third line as a power forward. Seelovs for Othman, I feel like this could be a decent trade option for us. Former first round pick of the Rangers. Hasn't found his groove yet. Maybe needs to change the scenery. Same thing could be said for Seelovs. He's not going to be a starter, not especially after we got Ravensburgen. So we're going to get something for him. Alright. So we're going to send to our pitch here. 24. Ooh, that guy. He's gone. Alright. Now looking at the rest of the picks here, you got Hagman went second, Ackers third. Enquist, he went fourth. My goodness. Alright, it's a pretty solid draft in the top five, honestly. Calgary, they went with the defenseman. Wild, they went with Jenks. Columbus. Detroit. Dallas gets Joe Aginla. That's fit in since his father was drafted by the Stars. Let's see if he's going to live up to his father's legacy. Alright. No one else really surprising here. So 24. Yeah, Alex McLean. And that's just a disappointing season. He shouldn't even be in the first two rounds. But you got Brooks Rodkowski. 6'7" center. He's 17 years old, a little younger. We're going to go with him in the first round. He would be a solid third-line center for us, I feel. If he can turn into a second-line center, too, eventually, that would be huge. In the second-round pick, we're going to go with Dylan Rossi, I feel like, here. Be a solid playmaker. 3 years away. That kind of fits our scheme here with our timeline. I feel like if we can't win a cup in the next 3 years, we are going to start trading off some pieces here, retooling a little bit. This core so far has not been able to do it. In the 3 years they've made playoffs, they just have not gotten past the second round. So third round, you got Ryan Brown. Interesting option there. But, yeah, we're going to go with Dylan Rossi in the second round. You have a playmaker here. Someone who can set up a sniper. Oh, third round, he's not there anymore. Or, we only have a third round pick. We traded that away. So we're going with the Russian defenseman. And that is going to be it for our draft. Because we definitely were buyers in the last 2 years, so we gave up a lot of picks. But these 3 players, hopefully that's going to be enough to help boost our prospect pool. Rogowski, Rossi, and Kuzmennikov on defense there. Now looking at people that we are not going to bring back. Teddy Bluger's probably going to walk. We're going to give Parker Alkos a contract here. Vancouver kid. See if he can grow into something. And the Swedish defenseman, 7th round pick, we're going to let walk. Sherwood, I think if we can sign him under $2 million, we're going to bring him back. He was a solid 4th liner. A skilled 4th liner too, and he's got some grit. So he's coming back on board. Adam Henrique, I feel like we're going to let walk. Same as Danton Heinen. Tom Willander, he wants to get paid. And he had a solid year, but I just don't know if we're going to be able to give him that much money. Oh, man. Well, we might have to come back to Willander. We'll qualify him. Alright, scouts, coaching staff, they're all coming back. Well, not that guy. He doesn't want that job title. Whatever. Tristan Nelson, Carlson Baines, RFAs, they're all coming back. Perfect. Alright, our AHL squad's going to be pretty solid. Tolipio, he's still unsigned, so we'll give him a qualifying offer. He's probably going to be our backup next year. Alright, we got to AHL assistant coach. Some scouts we got to replace. Alright, let's see what we got here. Free agency. I'm not going to have much money to spend. So it's probably going to be depth guys here we're going to add on. The salary cap issues are still a thing. But yeah, Alex Tuck, Matthew Joseph, Kopitar, Ryan McDonough, Jordan Eberle, Matt Duchesne, Daniel Sprong, Jankowski, Colton Citizens. Citizens wouldn't be bad as a second, third liner. Little hometown kid. McCarron. What else we got? It's a defensive AHL guy here. Who is he? He's still young. Centeria Ataka. Maybe he can grow into something for us. Was a 6th round pick of the Sharks. If anything, he's just going to be AHL depth for us, and I'm fine with that. That's going to be a good signing here with any injuries. Who else we got? Adam Enstrom. Could be a 4th liner center. 1st line AHL center for us. Goalies. We need an AHL goalie. Matthew Velada. He's got some AHL experience. Some NHL experience too. So if he can come aboard, wouldn't be bad. That bottom pairing defenseman. Miramonov. Feel like he'd be an upgrade from what's his freaking face? I can't even remember. See, not even rememberable. But I feel like a 2-year deal under 2 is going to be solid for bottom pair D-man. Who else we got? Ryan Johansson. We could bring to an AHL contract. Injury call-up. Another BC kid here. He'd probably be the captain of the Abbotsford Canucks. I feel like his days in the NHL are done. Let's see if he will come aboard. Yeah, Anderson, Dolan, Alec Thomas. Just guys have not figured out their game yet. Anderson, Dolan. I feel like could be a solid fourth line center for us. And great on the penalty kill as well. Winning faceoffs. He's a good defensive forward. Alright, so we're going to jump ahead here. Mironov, he's signed on. Perfect. You know, the Russians in Vancouver, they've always tried to get along. Johansson, he's coming back. Alright. He's coming back to BC. Dolopio, he's going to be our backup. Velada there could be as well. You know, they want to do Ratty in a third for Petrie. Nope. Not going to do that. Dylan Strome for Roger McQueen. No. That's just not it. The Brinkcats, 1 year left. If you had more term, I would probably make that trade, honestly. Owen Petrin for Adam Larson. Ian Cole, no, not going to make that deal. So looking at the signings here through free agency so far. Some interesting names getting moved and around here. Huh. Alrighty. Teams are spending some money. But nothing really major. Brandon Tanev, he's going to Buffalo. Martinez goes to Nashville. Lazat to Colorado. A lot of AHL signings really in depth. Nick Foligno goes to Calgary. He's still playing. Interesting. Alrighty. So not any really big names. Ty DeAngela goes to Toronto. Be a third, fourth line center for them. Boone Jenner. I don't know. He's going to Anaheim. That'd be a solid fit for them. Eller, Chicago. Troy Stetcher is going to Ottawa. Teddy Bluter, he goes to Vegas. Bogosian to Edmonton. Brett Howden goes to San Jose. Alright. Vincent Desharnais, that's the guy we got rid of. He's going to Minnesota. He's a big body, but man, he's just a liability out there. Sam Steele going back to Dallas. Jason Dickinson going to Florida. Oh, and the dog goes off, of course. Alright, looking at the rest of the signings here. Kopitar going to Seattle. That's interesting. Now looking at some extensions here. Lettermacki. If he wants under 2 for 2 years, definitely could do that. Maybe we give him 1.5. Give him a little bit more of a... Alrighty. He's coming aboard, so we don't have to worry about signing him to a big contract. Pickering. I feel like he's going to be NHL ready. Possibly bottom pair D-man for us next year. See if he can grow into something big. Now we have Tom Willander. Last guy we got to sign. And this guy, he's going to be an all-star every year, I feel like. Oh, he wants a 1 year, $5.2 million. If we can sign him to 4 or 5 years, maybe 3 or 4 on a bridge deal until we have enough money to sign him long term. But he's going to want to get paid still, even with 3 or 4 million. So we might be giving him just under 8 if we have the money for him. That's the other thing. Oh man, how much money can we give him? Okay, $7 million, 3-year deal. We're going to be right up to the cap here. But he's going to be a huge boost in our top 4. He could possibly be playing with Quinn Hughes. And if he eventually does play well with Hughes, maybe Hronek is the odd man out, who's also making just under $8 million. So Tom Willander, he's coming aboard. So that's a huge sign-in right there. Signed a bridge deal. And that's going to be a huge boost to our defense. Well, looking at our defense here, we're going to have Myers and Willander, Pickering and Mirmanov, Hronek and Hughes going together. Myers, last year at his deal. So we might have to find another top 4 D-man if our youngsters still can't fill that void. Hopefully Pickering can. But that's a issue we're going to have to deal with when we get to it. Brandon Othman, right now, he could be an 84. That would be huge if he was actually that potential. That would be a steal of a trade for Sealaws. Ratty's going to be a third-line center. Bennett, second-line center. His last year as a Canuck. So you got the young guys, Othman, Ratty, and Lettermacki on the third line. Sherwood, Carlson, Joshua on the fourth line. And Hoglander, we need to see another boost from him. And the Lotto line, we need them to carry the team. And you got Demko and Tolopio. Now Demko signed off his fresh extension. We need to see him playing lights out. But we will see you guys as we will kick off year 3. Until then, bye. Peace, everybody.